Do not consume the fuzzy stuff. Just in case you missed it last time. Hi, it's RipChip again. Welcome back to Super Mario 64 Last Impact. We're on the third session of the game that I'm recording. And we've gotten quite a few stars already. But as I've said before, the game gets really hard after a certain amount of stars are collected. There's a bit of like what I consider kind of an exponential difficulty spike in some of the later levels. And it's one of those things I really can easily complain about with this, but you'll see it more when I get there. Maybe it won't be as bad this time, who knows. I remember the first time I played it, it was like, just out of nowhere, everything looks like it's going well, and then boom, I get hit with a right hook. Go up the giant tree. I'm going to assume this giant tree is the giant tree. Remember, though. But, yeah, we've got this section where we're going to be collecting a star by doing, you guessed it, climbing. Can you believe that? There's platforming in a Mario game. Well, this isn't technically a Mario game, it's a modification of a Mario game, but in that sense it's basically a Mario game, so I cannot see a goddamn thing with that mushroom in the way. Oh, that was it. Wow. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I didn't remember this star very well, but that was incredibly easy. Alright, so this is one of those stars that doesn't give us a cutscene hint. So we gotta just find the lonely Momoki. Whatever that is. Yeah, God forbid you don't actually know what that is, otherwise this is going to be a lot less enjoyable and a lot more of a game of, well, I guess it theoretically isn't more of a game of hide-and-seek, but it's like playing hide-and-seek with somebody you've literally never met. Like, just imagine you're online and you go on and you're like, I need to find just some random people for a pickup game of hide-and-seek. That actually sounds like a pretty awesome idea, but also kind of sketchy. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Anyways, let's go find the lonely Momoki. Don't know where it is. Oh. Are you lonely, sir? Or madam? Come on. There we go. Oh, that looks like a lonely fella. It's a little bit weird looking, though. Yeah, this is definitely one of those custom models that doesn't quite look as good as some of the rest of the things in the game, and it's also not holding up very well against this camera. Oh, so now we're going from a pickup game of hide-and-seek to a pickup game of tag. I literally just went inside of that tree. That's pretty wild. Don't go in the swamp, you idiot. There we go. Just tackle him. So yeah, there we go. Just play a couple of childhood games and boom, you get the star. Alright, there we go. We've got access to another area now. After, you know, playing with the lonely Momoki. Oh, we have 2 new areas. Didn't realize this was already gonna open up. I'm gonna check out this one first, because I'm trying to remember which one this is. Oh, this is like a mini stage. This isn't a full level. This is actually kinda cool, though. This one incorporates this cloud hat. I believe this is from Super Mario Galaxy. But you can hold like 2 of them at a time. And then just hold by pushing L, you can put out a cloud. Or maybe... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, where the hell? Oh no, I don't push L. God, how do I forget all this stuff? I swore that's how you were supposed to do it back then, but I could also very easily just be dumb. But these have a very limited time where you can use them, but you can cancel any airborne stuff into clouds, and yeah, this is the part of this level that just sucks, because some of these clouds platforms have really, really awkward geometry.
Mamma mia!
And as you saw right there, it just kind of slid and fell. I have to say, my favorite thing about this, other than the fact that you get to use this power-up that puts whipped cream on Mario's head, is the music. The music's actually really, really cool. I like it a lot. Also, a lot of these background details are pretty neat. Even if some of the levels aren't really, like, perfectly designed, there's a lot of attention to detail in some of the backgrounds, which is pretty cool. Right. There we go, got it. Oh, I don't have any extra cloud I can use here. Now I'm just like deathly afraid that I'm gonna lose my cloud at the wrong time and then just be screwed because of it. But we're all good. Alright, I'm trying to remember because I don't think there's a cloud power-up up there, so I gotta use these wisely. There we go. And of course, that was not wise, but I think I can make this without the cloud. I can probably just do a triple jump into a dive. Hopefully, otherwise I'm gonna have to do this whole level over again. God knows I do not want to have to do that. I grossly misjudged the distance, but luckily it's okay. We're fine. Everything is just dandy. Yeah, that whole thing about me dying was all an elaborate ruse. I knew I was gonna survive that. Totally. Might be thinking to yourself, man, RipChip, you were such an elaborate prankster. How do you get away with it? Literally none of you are thinking that, but it's okay. Okay, now we have the extra cloud. I didn't realize I could make that without it, so we're gonna be good. Hopefully. Never want to say it's, you know, over before it's over, but it is in fact over when we have that star, so we are good to go. Yeah, some of these secret levels have some really cool stars. That one is cool, but nothing too complicated, which is nice. Now we have access to this area right here. Gotta love that great space shuttle noise. Alright, so the goal here is to get into the base. We're gonna do this all Solid Snake style. Alrighty. So this one is one of those levels that is a little bit of a wider scale compared to the previous ones. This is a much bigger level. And the gimmick is that you can hit all these switches to open up those doors. There's also this green thing you can ride. Makes you getting around a little faster, but we're going against the current here, so it's kind of pointless. Oh. Thought I was gonna make that. I will say though, some of the platforming in this particular level is a little bit awkward, kind of messy. It's cool looking, but it can be a little bit tricky. Not for reasons you would traditionally think. Here's another custom enemy right here. You'll find that a lot of these enemies that are custom, really you just fight them the same way as any other enemy in Mario 64. Usually involves just jumping on them. Alright, so the red door's opened. Ooh, that was lucky. Also, one of the things that Kaze does with this game is advertise that every star is a unique adventure, and for the most part that's kind of true. Especially with all the unique power-ups in this, but a lot of times these stars are quite literally just going from point A to point B and collecting the star. Like this, for example. Now that wasn't hard at all. We conquered the Red Tower. I don't actually think that was the star I was supposed to do. No, I was supposed to get into the base. Not get into the red tower. That's right, it wants me to go to the blue door, not the red one. Whoops. Oh no, we did things out of order. It's okay though. Doing things out of order doesn't really screw up anything in this game, so... And like I said, there are some stars that we can't even do until certain conditions are met. I don't think this level has one of them, but some of them in this game do, and that was really, really cool. Some flawless fucking gameplay on my part. Oof. Oh, this is another new enemy. This one's kind of interesting. Don't actually know if I can fight him or not, though. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do what we're supposed to. Which involves us getting up here somehow, where we started. That platform is just high enough and just angled enough so that I can't jump and grab the ledge. This is kind of unfortunate, but... You know, what are you gonna do? If it's not gonna be fixed now, or it hasn't been fixed now, it's probably never gonna be changed at all. After all, this version of the game is what Kaze advertised as, you know, fixing all the known, all the known problems with it. I think he just specifies it's exclusively glitches, so I don't think there's gonna be any major gameplay changes compared to the last time I played it, but... We made it into the base! Where's my fucking star? Don't tell me I gotta do some extra work inside the base. You know, most people walk upstairs. That's a more traditional thing to do, but climbing up them might be, maybe that's your cup of tea. Oh, come on. I don't actually remember which way I need to go to get the star, because there's a couple different stars you have access to inside of the base. Kind of a misleading thing. Also, shoutouts to those giant flying things right there. More of those custom assets. There's honestly just so many of them in this, it's kind of ridiculous. Like how I said, this is definitely one of the most ambitious ROM hacks. Even if I don't think it's one of the best ones. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. That's what I get for talking shit. You know, I'm actually surprised that didn't do fall damage. Well, back to the start. There are a couple levels that do this, though, where you can screw up platforming and have to do a massive amount of backtracking. That kind of thing doesn't happen until super late in a Mario 64. But it's happening in the 5th course of this ROM hack. Where is that area I was at? Oh, it's up here, that's right. I gotta climb the stairs. Because walking upstairs is overrated. Oops. You know, these are intended to be wall kicks. Is this the... No, I don't think this is where I was originally. Whoops. Alright. I'm dead set on getting this one because I think it's the one I need to get, but I don't know, because like I said, there are multiple stars that revolve being inside the base. One of them is a star that requires a cannon shot. Those are my least favorite. Oh, that's the thing that's shooting at me. Oh. Guess that's not the right way. Oh my god, this is gonna make this harder. No, it isn't, just kidding. Me getting shot and knocked off was a one-time deal. Oh, no, that was not getting into the base, that was the platform cluster. Whoops. The rate I'm going to get every single star except for the one where you actually get into the base. See, it's nice, because it gives you the hint that you're supposed to use the blue switch to get in there, but beyond that, you're on your own. Like I said, I'd mentioned this earlier on, you know, there are some hints in the cutscenes that are less useful than other ones. Which is fine, because I don't want to have my hand held the entire time I'm playing this, but... You know, for something like this, maybe it would be a little nicer, but... I won't complain too much. There are definitely bigger things to complain about in this ROM hack. This star is not one of them. So yeah, now we're here again through the blue gate for the third time in a row. So yeah, I know I mentioned it already earlier that this is not the type of thing I normally stream. Occasionally I will stream Mario ROM hacks, but for those of you that somehow sub to me on YouTube but aren't following me on Twitch, I mostly do like PC games on Twitch and speedrunning PC games on Twitch when I stream on Twitch, so if for some reason you aren't following me there already and that sounds like your cup of tea, you should definitely check it out. Like I said, this is just, I'm doing this in this format just for fun. So hopefully you guys are liking it so far. Like I said in another video, you know, if you have any feedback or anything you would like to mention, feel free to. Alright, so I can't get this star yet because I need the cannon. I think one of the colored gates has the cannon. But you need the cannon for that star, I believe. I hope I can just get to this from jumping here. I don't see why I wouldn't, but... It may require me to go on that side instead. I think that's what the game wants, but... Fuck the rules. Okay, never mind, we gotta follow them, sorry. We are gonna go up this way to get to where we need to be. It's again another area with a sloped edge so that we can't actually grab it. The game is very intent on us jumping to it. You know, I don't think there's actually a way to contest those guys. Those guys that shoot bomb balls or whatever the hell those things are supposed to be. But we finally did it. We got into the base and we got the star. We are officially playing the game right now. We've also completed the 2 stars that follow up that one. So now we're gonna jump straight into star 4. Shoot into the space. Yeah, this is a star that is a perfect example of the things I absolutely hate about Mario 64, which are stars that are based on firing a cannon. Because most of the time those ones are just a lot of guessing work, and often requires a lot of backtracking if you don't get it the first try. And that shit gets really repetitive really quickly. But I do know that one of these, I'm pretty sure one of these gates has a bomb in it. I'm gonna have to figure out which one that is, though. Wait, I think this is the only one left. What am I saying? Well, I thought there was another one for some reason. So yeah, this uses a lot of custom assets, as you can very easily see. Some of them definitely are not as nice looking or memorable as others, but it's okay. Like I said, ambition is the key word for this ROM hack. Oh yeah, that's right, you blow these guys up. That's kind of cool, though, to be honest. Swear to God, there better be a bomb behind here that's pink. What? Did I miss something here? I did hit that switch, didn't I? No, I hit this switch. Okay. There's the bomb. There's some things that'll never change in Mario 64, no matter how the ROM hack is made. One of those things being having to talk to a pink bomb in order to fire yourself out of the cannon. Jeez, I'm more tired than I thought I was. Maybe it's because I've spent the whole day doing nothing, honestly. I know that sounds unproductive, but there's a reason for that. It's mostly just the fact that I'm dealing with some severe pain in my back, so hopefully that disappears soon, because I don't like doing nothing because of that, but you know, it is what it is. What I need to do is get up there. Ah, there it is. It's on that side. I was gonna say, how are you gonna tell me that I managed to get to the cannon shot area once already, but I can't get to it again? There we go. So yeah, hopefully this star doesn't take more than a few tries at most. Because shooting myself out of a cannon over and over again just till I get it right is not exactly my idea of fun. But you know what? It is also Monday as I'm recording this, so for all I know, this could be about as fun as it's going to get, so... Aw, come on! I was almost there, too. Well, shoot. Alright. Guess we just have to try again. Come on, no! Don't do this! I tried to do a long jump, but there was a slope that canceled it out. And then I tried to save that by diving, and that ultimately backfired on me, so... RIP. So I just need to aim a tad bit higher to get to the star. That's the impression I got anyways. So where I was aiming, the star was just below the cannon. So let's try this. Yeah, baby, second try. This is nice, because like I said, I absolutely detest stars like this that require you to guess where you're shooting with a cannon. They tend to be just completely unenjoyable in every sense of the word, because I, like, fucking hate playing guessing games like that. There's even one star in, Star Road that requires you to use the cannon to shoot through rings, and that's my least favorite part of the entire like last like quarter of the game. You know, that made that statement seem like it was a lot bigger than it was, but considering how much of Star Road I really like, there is a couple stars that I just wish didn't fucking exist. So here we're going to have access to the first, like, Bowser Castle level. Like the first big boss level. Which is actually going to be fighting Bowser. Believe it or not, Bowser's not really the main villain of this ROM hack. Can I actually get up there? I've never actually tried that. I'm gonna give this a whirl. But I'm probably not gonna jump straight into... Okay, tell me how I get on the fucking door the first time and now I can't do it again. There we go. Maybe I can try it like this. Or I can just do that too. Oh no, that's blocked. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this level quite yet. I'll probably dedicate the next recording session to it. Because in my opinion, the first boss level is one of the coolest parts of this entire game. But of course, there's this other cool thing where there's another hidden level just right there on the side, which is pretty neat. Actually, it's just hidden enough that it's cool to find, but it's visible enough that you're like, oh, hey, that's there. And that's about as far as the cool aspect of this gets, because this secret level is kinda not great. In my opinion. There's like 2 stars you can get here. One of them requires you to use the fire flower. The other one requires you to fight a boss. The boss being a bully, but the bully is slightly different. See right there, that's good use of the fire flower as a mechanic. It's one of those things I like. Same with that, having these Goombas with those things on their head and you have to burn them off. I didn't realize that for the longest time when I was playing this the first time, that's what you were supposed to do. It's just like, oh, these are just Goombas you can't kill, that's kinda cool. Alright, but now we're gonna go to this section right here. This is what makes this part of the level just completely unenjoyable. Because you've got this sea of very kind of randomly strewn blocks, and if you somehow accidentally fall, you take damage, and if you take damage, you lose your fire flower. So, yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, I definitely don't think that it's a well-designed section because of that, but it's also not the worst thing that I'm gonna see here in this ROM hack. But it is definitely something I'm not a huge fan of. Like, maybe if there was a little bit more structure to it, it would be kind of cool, but here it just feels like it's, hey look, there's all these random blocks, don't fucking fall in the lava. But as I said, there are 2 stars to get on this one. As you can see, that's the one I was going for over in the distance. The second one is from fighting this guy. What you're gonna notice, something different about him, is that he has this little red bubble coming out of him. That burns you in case you couldn't quite catch that, and I'm dead. That was an unfortunate turn of events.
Mamma mia!
It's like that's kind of a cool idea, but it's also just more annoying than it needs to be. But I don't feel like taking the distance to go all the way back down there, so we're just gonna take a very minor shortcut. All the way down to the bottom. No! Damn it, Mario. You gotta be very careful with that thing, because it's very easy to just get hit by that burning bubble. Or whatever the hell it's called. I'm gonna call it the burning bubble, because I like how that sounds. But quite frankly, I just want this bully to just fucking die, to be honest. Come on. It's like I want to lure him over here when he doesn't have his shield, but he pops it on the minute I, like, try to do anything. Just, like, come near me. See, look at that shit. You just, like... It's really hard to work with that, to be honest. This really isn't gonna be that hard because you're literally fighting a bully, but just because of how that bubble works, I think based on proximity and how the bully's behaving as far as like getting him to move, makes this a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. No, don't bully me. Oh my god, I almost got hit by that. Just come near me. Please don't come near me when you're doing that, though. Wait a minute, how the hell am I not dead? That's an absolute miracle, actually. No, don't, I'm gonna die. I lost control of Mario. Yeah, this level... I just wish it was ever so slightly better. Because it's not even bad, it's just... That's annoying. Because the idea of having that bubble on top of luring him to the lava does not sync together really well. Or like, maybe it would be nice if he just activated it when he was charging at me, as opposed to just... having it done for proximity and then having it miss-trigger. Ooh! No! No! I'm gonna die! That sucks. Yep. Oh, that's weird. I didn't get a game over. Not sure if that's a intended feature or not, but... Cool, at least not to go for. Alright. We almost had him that time, but... You know, the game was just kind of like, you know what, you're having a good day, things are going right, let's just not let that happen. Don't! God fucking damn it, just... This is frustrating. I guess that wasn't good enough of a jump, that's whatever. You know, maybe there's like some hidden strat that I'm not presently aware of, but I shouldn't have to pray for it like that. That should be something that's sort of readily available, in my opinion. I'm not trying to hit that, but alright. Like I said, that whole thing is just... It really makes that way less fun than it needs to be. I'm sure there's some really easy way to cheese and exploit it, but it's like... To the average person, that's not challenging or fun, it's just kinda dumb. So I'm gonna try the Fire Flower one more time before I give it a rest. Again, this is kind of the big reason why I never bothered getting all 120 stars in this, because some of them are just not worth my time. I do think I ended up, the first time I played it, getting both of these, but that was with save states and a lot of frustration, so trying not to use save states unless I absolutely need to. But, you know, given how this game can be, it's entirely possible. But we're gonna try to avoid it. So yeah, all that effort was to reveal this thing, which I wish I had more access to. I guess that's one way to do it. I don't technically need the fire flower anymore, so at least we got one of these stars. Made it somewhat worth the journey, I guess. So yeah, that was a fun level. Still got one more star waiting there, but next, for the next recording, we're gonna go ahead and face off against Bowser. Because this stage is actually really cool, and one of the ones that I actually really like. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Look forward to the next recording, you know, all that usual routine. I'm RipChip, and yeah, see you next time.